Hello, this is TheMadOnes here, with a video rebuttal to PaleoSteno's review of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic episode, The Mysterious Mare Do Well. First things first, everything positive you said about the episode are my positives, such as the references to Darkwing Duck, such as the reference to Batman the Animated Series, such as the references to Superman even. All that I enjoyed immensely. However, let's go into your negatives.
Okay, now for what I didn't like. Where to begin? Well, first of all, I don't like how in this episode we're supposed to antagonize Rainbow Dash because the others are annoyed by our bragging.
Well, by the middle of the episode, Rainbow Dash really became full of herself and arrogant. And, to be honest, I actually think her friends were trying to do her a favor by doing this to her, by making her realize that she's being a big jerk.
I mean, why didn't they just, I don't know, talk to her about her bragging? Even in this scene where they get the idea, they don't talk to her about it. It's like they're all talking behind her back to teach her a lesson. What kind of friends are they? At least with Party of One, they were planning on something nice. And then they had the nerve to brag about the hero they created right in front of her. What hypocrites.
Actually, I think they were trying to clue Rainbow Dash in, but she was just being so stubborn that she didn't see.
In Green Isn't Your Color, Rarity and Fluttershy were keeping secrets from each other, but at least they confess to each other and talk about it at the end. But in this, it just makes the other five seem like assholes.
Well, what you see as actualist behavior is actually what I think is tough love, to be honest with you. You see, Rainbow Dash is one of those characters that I think needs a firm hand instead of a soft touch, where she needs to be brought down every once in a while in order for her to recollect herself and realize that she's being an asshole. We know how thick-headed and stubborn Rainbow Dash is. We know that she has the tendency to go into something and not realize that she's being an idiot about it. So what you may see as bad behavior by the others, for me, is actually very good. Like I said, tough love. I'm sure most of us out there has had a friend who we thought needed to be bonked on the head every once in a while to say to them, hey, you're being a jerk. Come back here. Have some fun. Stop being a jerk. And I think that's what the other ponies were trying to do in this episode. And the thing is that tough love might be the only way to do that to Rainbow Dash. In order for her to learn, she needs to be treated with harshness instead of kindness. We all know that Rainbow Dash is very undisciplined. So yeah, the others may seem to be a bunch of assholes, but for me, I think they were trying to do her a favor. And I think in the end, Rainbow Dash knew this.
Then there's the return of, the Pinky Sense. I know a lot of people like this returning, but I don't. I would have rather it fade away into obscurity and completely forgotten rather than having to see it again.
Oh, I already know how much you hated the episode Feeling Pinky Keen, but for me, this reference still worked. Because, yeah, I'm as agnostic as you are, but I don't hold that against it. I really don't. I honestly didn't see what you saw in that episode. I really didn't see the episode being against critical thinking and all that. I actually think it was an episode about, while it may seem strange, sometimes we have to trust in a friend and their instincts. While, yeah, instinct is something that you have to take with a grain of salt, I do believe that we all have some sort of instinct inside of us, that will to survive, no matter what, and sometimes it works in strange ways. I didn't see the episode as a procreationist story, or anything like that. I saw it about believing in others. That's all it is. While, yes, the episode Swarm of the Century had a very similar message, I think it's a message well repeating. Because sometimes we do have to believe in another, despite how weird they seem.
Then the final thing I disliked about this episode was the ending. It was pretty much the others telling Rainbow Dash the moral, and not Rainbow Dash realizing it and explaining it herself. At least Dash actually did that in the last episode.
Well, some anvils need to be dropped, and sometimes we do have to convey a harsh message to another in order for us to convey our feelings to them. And I do believe that Rainbow Dash did indeed learn the lesson.
Oh, and then there's this. Winking at the audience at the end of an episode? Seriously?
Okay, now you're just being a jerk. I mean, we know how self-aware the show is. How many times has Pinkie Pie broke the fourth wall, huh? Why don't you complain about that? Yeah, this part of your review really bothered me. It really did. I mean, yeah, you have the right to say whatever you want, but this part... I'm sorry, but I think you need to buy a sense of humor sometime. So, there you go. You have the right to your own opinion and all that, and that's perfectly fine. And so do I. I think both of us can agree to disagree that, yeah, for some people this episode doesn't work, but for me, it did. I did like the lesson, and I did like the way it was taught, because I personally encountered somebody who I wanted to teach a harsh lesson to, and I did. And you know what? We became better friends because of it. So yeah, sometimes doing something like this is beneficial. So I hope you weren't offended by my opinion and all that. I have my opinion, you have yours, and we have the right to our own. So in the end, I say, hats off to you. I hope future episodes do better for you, and I wish you a good day. Thank you.